guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Today I thought we could just chill out, chat about the new launches that are out. I feel like I say this at the beginning of every single one of these videos, but I haven't been keeping up that much, so we'll see what's out. Yeah, I feel kind of in this space of just feeling content, so like if something cool comes out and I'm interested, maybe I'll pick it up. But I kind of question how many releases will be like that. So let's just get into it. I'll scoot over and we'll see what's new on the market. All right, I'm starting off on Trend Mood. The first thing I'm seeing are some new things from Sephora, like the Sephora Collection stuff. There's a mascara, and then there's also a bunch of different gel eyeliners, and they're all different colors, and they look like metallic and really pretty. They're reminding me of like the Urban Decay line, you know? These seem like a twist up and not like a pencil like that, but I'm just talking about like kind of the color selection and that type of stuff. So I think that's cool. I haven't really tried a ton from Sephora specific stuff in a long time. I think that I'm more apt to try like drugstore brands than I am to try the Sephora brand stuff, which tends to be at a lower price point than other things sold at Sephora, which has nothing to do with necessarily the quality. I don't know, as like a brand, I'm not drawn to it, but I think these colors look really pretty. I have quite an extensive like pencil eyeliner collection. That's what I tend to use when I line my eyes or use liner at all. And I really like having different colors. So I think it's cool to offer and have different colors on the market. But yeah, I probably won't pick these ones up, but I think it's good for the line overall. Next, it looks like some new pink lipsticks from MAC Cosmetics. It says Rethink Pink Collection. It says it's a mix of matte, amplified luster glass sheer shine finishes with soft corals, romantic raspberries, mauves, and more. I mean, I think, you know, MAC is so iconic for their lipsticks. It's like what people know them for, or at least back in the day. I think this is a good release going into like spring and Valentine's Day, that type of stuff, but definitely not interested in it. I do not use bullet lipsticks like that, just not my thing. I'm definitely more into like more neutral shades with a lot more brown than I am into pinks or raspberries. Like if I'm gonna pick one of those, it'd be very specific. Like I'm not picking that up on a whim, so I know I'm not going to pick up anything from this collection. Something I actually did pick some stuff up from, these are Colourpop Super Shocks. They came out with I think 10 new shades, but then they also brought back a lot of older shades, and I did pick some of these up. They were also doing a deal on them if you bought them, which was like buy 3 get 1 free or something. And honestly, the Super Shock, like the idea of a Super Shock shadow is what I'm into. A single pot eyeshadow that's kind of this creamy formula, but you know, the Super Shocks, as much as they are not quite powder, they're not super creamy. They're not like liquid goop that's like, you know, getting everywhere, anything like that. And from the few that I picked up last year, I've been loving Ritz. I love Cosmic Charge. That's my favorite one, which they didn't bring that one back, which made me kind of sad. But the Ultra Glitter finish that the Super Shocks have, I'm really into those that are so sparkly, so pretty, beautiful one shadow looks. That's just like what I'm into. So I picked up quite a few different shades. I wanted to try them out. I saw some swatches from Makeup Just for Fun, so I'll leave that video linked down below if you're interested in checking out some of the swatches of the new ones and the old ones. She does awesome swatches of like tons of new collections, a lot of Colourpop, and it's helpful for me when I'm really trying to decide what I want to pick up and what I don't. But yeah, I did pick some of those up. Next, there's a Lunar New Year collection coming out from MAC as well. There's like a highlighter, a 9 pan, and some lip products. I think the highlighter looks so pretty. I think they always do these really beautifully embossed highlighters. I remember like the dragon one, that one was so beautiful. I'm not sure if this is like a limited edition color or not. Oh my gosh, the photos look so different. There's a photo of someone having it in their hand and it looks completely different than the promo photo, which looks so much more golden and warm. So I'm not sure what it is. It says golden beige is the color. It's the Lunar Lights highlighter. I'm really only interested in the highlighter, can you tell? I like forget about the lip products or the eyeshadow palette and just like zone in on that highlighter. Yeah. Seeing actually non-promo pictures makes me more excited for that highlighter and actually has me like, maybe it would work for me because it's a little bit lighter, but also not too icy. It doesn't look too icy. That beige is really coming through. So I might check that one out. It might already be sold out. I don't know. MAC stuff, it's either like completely around and no one wants it or like completely sold out in 4 seconds. Okay, next is something that I think I want to pick up, but I wanted to see reviews on it before I did because I knew it was going to be kind of pricey. And I do want to try new complexion products this year, but I don't want to buy a bunch of duds. So as much as I want to try them and I'm open to that, I don't want to end up with like 10 things that don't work for me, you know? So this is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Beautiful Skin Medium Coverage Liquid Foundation with hyaluronic acid. It sounds like it'd really work for me. I like the packaging. It just seems right, but I do kind of want to like hear the consensus before I pick it up because it's $44. And I'd be willing to spend that on a foundation if I like really loved it or it seemed like it was going to be something that I really loved. So we'll see. I'll be definitely scoping out reviews. I think I talked about this in my last video like 2 weeks ago talking about new launches, but I think it finally just like actually launched. So that's one that I have my eyes on. There's a collection, it seems, from Wet n Wild. This is the Bloomin' collection. It seems like it has a cherry blossom theme. There's an eyeshadow quad. Okay, I think that it's a cute idea. I just don't feel like this hits the mark for me. There's something about this, like if it had come out 2 years ago, maybe I'd be more into it than I am now, but I don't know. I kind of want them to step it up a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I feel about this collection. I think the quad has some glitter in it, so it wouldn't be something I would pick up anyway, but I don't know why. I feel like this is one that I traditionally would have liked or at least been more into than not, and I feel like I'm kind of just like, whatever, like I don't know. Whatever. I don't care about it. That's how I feel. Okay. Ooh, another foundation complexion product I'm interested in. This one's from NARS. It's the Light Reflecting Advanced Skincare Foundation. Again, skincare foundation. There are just like these terms that make you or make me want something or intrigued. It's like you put cloud in it. Yeah. Hyaluronic acid. Yes. Dewy. Yes. Glowing. Yes. Radiant. Yes. Like those types of words in a foundation's name. Or in any product. I'm like, my ears perk up a little bit more. So this is one that I'm interested in. It says makeup that looks like skin, acts like skincare, feels light as air, instantly blurs. Like what? Okay, I love it. 36 shades, $49. I'm definitely interested in that too, but this is where I would want to kind of see reviews and probably pick up one and see how it goes and go from there type of thing. But definitely on my radar to try. This is just some beauty news, I guess, but Ulta is now carrying Chanel products. What a weird thing. Ulta is just becoming like this super store, right? Where even Chanel is carrying their products there. Like, I'm kind of shocked. I don't know what that means. Like, this is a smart move for Ulta, I feel like, but I'm also like, is Chanel hurting? Why are they going in there? Does it even mean anything like that? I don't even know. I just find it odd. But for point systems, I mean, Ulta's point system is by far better than Sephora's. So if you are fine letting go of like kind of the idea of shopping at Sephora, you definitely get some better perks shopping over at Ulta. So yeah, just a weird one. I mean, I think they always sold like Chanel perfumes. I think they did anyway, but for them to get all the makeup stuff, definitely interesting. Okay, it looks like Huda Beauty is coming out with some Lunar New Year stuff as well. A cute little 9-pan. I mean, I just think that the Huda 9-pans are tempting little things. They're so collectible. I think I talked about that in my video about collectible makeup. Like, they just are so collectible. They're all the same size and yet they have different outside theming and packaging, and so I feel like it's one of those items that I recognize now, but I kind of try to check myself, I guess, of like, you don't need that, are you buying it for collecting it, that type of thing. So I won't be picking this one up. I think it's pretty. I mean, I'm sure if you have a lot of the Huda 9-pans, there might be some repeats in here. It seems pretty gold heavy, and she had like a whole gold one alone, but I think the outside's really beautiful, and they're just tempting little guys. That's what I think about them anyway. Okay, these blushes from Chanel were also really pretty. I'm not gonna pick them up, I don't think, even though another thing that I'm looking into this year are blushes, like powder blushes specifically. I just kind of want to have some other go-tos besides Clinique Nude Pop. Like, it'd be nice to maybe have something different after 5 years, but these look absolutely beautiful. Like, the embossing looks pretty, the stars, the colors, like, I really love them. I think they're like $70 a piece, so pretty pricey. I actually wouldn't be opposed to maybe getting a Chanel blush, but I'm not sure if these are the exact ones, but man, can I appreciate the beauty of them. You know what I mean? Like, they're beautiful. I think it's interesting too, something I've been thinking more about is how I wonder if I had unlimited money, what would I do? I don't know. What would change? Would anything change? Would things not change? Would I buy more things just because it doesn't matter as much. I don't know. I think it's just like an interesting thing that I think about because it helps me understand, like, do I actually like that thing or not, or is it just a money reason? And I feel like for a long time, a lot of me trying to control purchasing was because of money. And now that's not the case as much. It's kind of more, I mean, I don't want to spend all my money on makeup either. I definitely don't have like an unlimited budget, but it is also about like making sure I'm not buying like just frivolous things too, you know, because even if you have the money, it's just like not fulfilling. I don't know. Anyway, just some thoughts, always just random thoughts. Okay. This is something I think from Colourpop. They're also doing a Lunar New Year collection, which I think they did last year too. There's a highlighter, a quad, some lip products as well. Again, you know, I'm just personally not interested in it, but I think I like this collection better than, they did this kind of freestyle palette I think last year. So I like this better than that, but I'm not gonna pick any of that up. This is some skincare from Kinship. It's the Naked Apple. I always get Kinship and Wishful mixed up, but they're not the same. Anyway, this is the Naked Apple Oil-Free Blemish Control Cleansing Gel. I love the packaging. I love this photo. I don't need a cleansing gel right now, so I won't be picking it up. But I do think that they do a good job like making their stuff look good. You know, like apples. I don't know. When it comes to skincare, fruit sucks me in. Like Hello Glow recipes, like my weakness, and everything's like themed around a freaking fruit. So yeah, not gonna pick it up, but pretty. This is a cool little set from Sephora. There's a Lunar New Year favorite set. There's a makeup one, it seems, and a skincare one. I think there might even be two skincare ones. Yeah, there's two skincare ones. There's like a luxe one and then just like a skincare favorites. Some of these sets, okay, I've done like lots of videos on the Sephora sets and just sets in general. So I highly suggest if you're like looking into these sets to really dissect each product. I've talked about how in the past I didn't do that. I just got excited about like all these products. Maybe one thing in there was like the front runner for me and the thing that like my brain kept latching onto. And it's kind of like when I get it in the mail, I like start unpacking and like, I didn't know this was in there. Oh, I already have this. Like that's happening as I'm opening it, already bought it, instead of happening like before I bought it. So that's just like a little tip in case, you know, you get sucked into those. Really dissect each product and see if it's worth it for you. And sometimes it totally is. Maybe you even have a repeat, but there's so many other items that are in there that you love. Or maybe, you know, sitting down and really looking at each item reminds you that, oh yeah, that's actually not the best value, and maybe you could just go buy that one thing you wanted out of the set for even cheaper. Anyway, Clinique is continuing on with the highlighter, the Cheek Pop highlighter in Gold Celebration Pop. This is with the tiger. They've done the rat. I don't know, I just remember the little rat face, so cute. But they do these every year now. I've been like seeing them for a while. I talked about this Too Faced collection before, but it's all the way out now. You know, I'm not personally attracted. I do kind of want to try the perfume from them, although I mean, it's very fruity, so I'm not sure it's going to be my style, but I'm like intrigued for sure. Like I want to smell the Too Faced Better Than Sex perfume. I'm interested to see what that actually smells like, but this whole collection to me just isn't quite my style, although I could see myself actually duping out the palette in my own shades, like my own singles, and kind of taking my liberties where I want to. I think that would be really fun, but I have absolutely no desire to actually get the palette. Another skincare item, this is from Ole Henriksen, and this is the Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. If there is one product from skincare that I am a sucker for, it's definitely moisturizer. I just love a good moisturizer. And something about this product like lying in this lush moisturizer background, I think they sell it. I think they did a good job with that purple too. I probably won't pick it up again. I have like some of my all-time favorites. I use them every day type of thing. But I think if I were in the, you know, market for a moisturizer, didn't have one, saw this pop up, it might be one that I go look at. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. I don't think I've talked about this Colourpop collection. This one kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, when did it launch? I think it launched like the last day of the year. So I mean, Colourpop was squeezing them out till the very freaking end. But this is the Rosé All Day collection. I mean, I think this is pretty. I like these tones a lot for sure. I think I have stuff like this, but if you didn't, you know, I could see why this would be attractive. I think the palette's pretty. I love these kind of pinky tones. I think the blushes look pretty. The Super Shocks look like the whole collection is really beautiful while still not being too much color, but not being completely neutral. Like I get why people who maybe don't love a ton of color would enjoy that collection, but I think because I have just so much, like I have so much stuff, it's not special enough. Like something about it isn't special enough. It's not quite getting me. Okay, this I almost bought but didn't. It's on my list. I think I'm gonna pick these up at some point, maybe once they come to Sephora. From Danessa Myricks, the Infinite Chrome Pencils. No, I don't have eyeliners like these, and maybe these will be the Danessa Myricks products that work for me, but I just think these are stunning. I'd love to have a few of these for inner corner or for like, you know, lower lash line, whatnot. These also seem like this subtle enough thing, and I would love to even use them as like cream shadows on the lids. I think the shades I'm most interested in are Jade, Lilac Quartz. I think Rose Quartz is really pretty. I think Lemon Quartz is really pretty. Bronzite, like for every day, but something a little bit different. I think it's stunning. So those are definitely on my list to try. I think they look good. I think those look great. I was really excited also about this. I'm a sucker for lip balm. I've always been a sucker for lip balm, and I'm gonna do a whole video dedicated to lip balm, I think, soon. I have like an idea for it, but this is from Bite Beauty. It's the Agave Lip Butter Balm, and I think that this is a great rebranding for them. I know that the Agave Lip Mask has been really popular for a long time, like a standout product for them, and then they came out with the more like travel, you know, everyday one that's not in a tube like that just constantly like leaks from pressure. You don't, you know, it's like how you understand physics are a thing, is when these tubes just leak product and you're like, I guess forces I can't see must be happening because what the fuck, you know? But this looks very like new and fresh, and it looks plush. I like it. I like it. I mean, I don't need lip balms right now, but that one, if I were ever tempted to just buy up a lip balm, that one was it. Oh, I think this is another collection from Colourpop, but this one was like maybe an Ulta exclusive. It is the All the Buzz collection. It had 2 different palettes in it. It had lip glosses, blushes, I think highlighters, maybe they're just super chucks, I don't know, eyeliners, like a pretty big collection, I feel like, you know? I mean, what more is there to say? I'm just realizing I let the Colourpop palettes and collections go by that don't interest me, and then when a few do, you know, I take an extra look at them. Maybe I'll look up some swatches, see if it's something I want. This one is not one I'm feeling too much. Like, it's fine, like whatever, it's fine. You know, forgettable. I know it's like a palette in my collection, like, I won't care about it in 3 months. It won't stand the test of time. Speaking of lip balms though, Flawless came out with an overnight lip plumping mask, and this also, I'm telling you, I think I just buy so into the fantasy of like lip balms and the plush lips, and they're plump and they're juicy, and you know, like things are moisturized. And I think lip balm also falls into this like pampering moment of, you know, self-care, that like all this fantasy is done around the lip balms. On top of, I tend to wear actually lip balms over other lip products, so there is a useful factor for sure. I mean, that's there too. I will use lip balms, but man, I get sold the fantasy real hard and real easy on lip balms for sure. I feel like that's everything. I mean, there's like this Morphe palette, like, okay, it's called Sweetest Tea. Okay, it's like orangey purples. Okay, you know, like, what's happened? I don't get it. I don't get the theming. I don't get it. And that means so much. I want to mention Salt New York. They came out with some skin tints, and I actually did pick these up. So I've used up an entire one of the contour little pans of product from Salt New York. And so when I saw that they were coming out with skin tints like for your face, like foundation basically, I was so excited because I have been on the fucking hunt for a balmy foundation that's in a pan like that I can use with my beauty blender and just dab it on fast as heck, super creamy, easy, feels good on my skin type of thing. I thought that was going to be the Kevyn Aucoin balm foundation, even used it. Use that balm word, and lies. Then I thought it was going to be the KVD Apple Balm foundation. No, that one, no. So I'm like hopeful over here. I'm very hopeful. We'll see how it goes. So I did order that, and hopefully it works out. I did re-up on my bronzer as well, because I really did enjoy that bronzer. I used it all the way up. So I picked that up, and I picked up one more blush to see if maybe the last one I had just wasn't doing it for me. So yeah, some Salt New York stuff is something I have picked up more recently. I'm just gonna check out some indie stuff, see if there's anything exciting. Oh, something I'm keeping keeping my eye out for, but I honestly thought it was gonna be neutral, and I'm seeing these swatches and I'm like, that's not neutral. But this is the Nocturnal palette from Glaminatrix. They're like teasing the shades in it, and the first shade that they teased was so pretty that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this like Balm neutral palette, so shimmery, so beautiful. But now the new sneak peeks I'm seeing, there's like a really bright yellow, a green, some like green shimmers, a blue matte. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not exactly what I'm looking for. I think it's still gonna be a beautiful palette. I think I was just like hyped that it was going to be neutral, and I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think that's mostly it. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about some of the Simply Posh stuff that I've bought recently, and I'm like looking out for their stuff, but really I'm excited for a lot of the stuff that I already have and just adding like little things here and there as they come up to try some fresh stuff, you know, but I'm just loving like the single shadows. I'm excited and have been using my palettes and marking that down, kind of tracking it. I guess I should move over. It's gonna be awkward when I'm like editing this. This really wasn't the longest new beauty launches video, but I just feel like it's still kind of boring out there. You know, like the landscape's still kind of boring. I'm excited to see what's gonna be coming out for spring and stuff, but I'm also excited to like use a lot of the stuff I have to create spring looks and get inspired more by like the feeling of spring and summer, and maybe even some marketing, but again, with like pops of color that I have. I definitely wanna like look at my collection, see if I have some of that Very Perry that's been going on. That's the color of the year. I think the like pastel colors I'm super excited for, like yellow, like baby yellow. I think that's gonna be so cute. Purple, of course, pink, of course. I mean, blue, but I kind of like blues that lean a little bit more purple. Like those three colors are really the ones I'm excited for spring, as well as like a peachy coral. I like that too. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hanging out with me. I'd love to know what you're excited for, if there's anything you've picked up, if you've tried any of the foundations yet, if they're like actually out and you've tried them, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and if you think they're good. But yeah, other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.